Hey ladies! So today's a pretty rainy, crummy day here in New England, so I figured I'd spend some time going through some of the paperwork and books that I have that are related to the waves. And I'm starting to upload some of those pictures onto our website. Sarah B is also doing the same thing today, so be sure to check out that album. That's on our page here. You can see there's a bunch of stuff that's already been added by the two of us. For those of you that are on our page, if you have photos, feel free to add them to that album and put up any descriptions of the items, copyrights, any other information that you think would be helpful for other people in the group, especially those of you that are just starting out on your research. You're going to find that album to be really handy. So yeah, I thought that I would start with just some of the basic items. This little booklet here, this is something that you could actually order through the mail or pick up at your local recruiting office during the 1940s. I believe it was free of charge. I see a lot of ads in the newspaper that you could just cut out a little piece in the paper with your contact information you could send away for the booklet, and they would send that to you. So basically, this tells you all the different types of jobs that were available to those that enlisted. Talks about just your basic experience, what you're going to go through when you enlist, your first days at recruit school. Talks about your uniforms, all the different types of items that you're going to be required to wear, and then extras depending on what your job was going to be after training. So this booklet, there's a few variations of it. They are available. I've seen them on eBay. I've seen them on Etsy. Prices tend to vary. I actually got a pretty good deal on this one because somebody, as you can see, punched holes in it to put it into one of those 3-ring binders. It kind of stinks because it means it's not in its original condition, but at the same time, it meant that it was a more affordable price, and honestly, this is something that I'm going to be using for displays anyway, so I'm okay with the fact that it's got those little holes in it. There's the back cover. So a lot of just general information in that. This WWII, this is the handbook for waves and spars. You can find original copies online. Again, check out eBay, check out Etsy. Occasionally they show up on some of the Facebook pages as well. Although this book and a lot of other resources are also available for free online. Our research page on Facebook, I believe Sarah just uploaded the link to Google Docs for this particular book, and I think a few others. So yeah, free. Definitely go check it out. This has all of your general information in it on what to expect joining the waves. It has information on uniforms. It has information on the rank structures. There's like two whole chapters in here that are dedicated to names, being married in the service. Yes, you could be married if you were a wave. They generally frowned on that if you were just going into your basic training. But my understanding is that any time after training, you could be married, and that wasn't a real issue. So this, for those of you that are just starting out researching a persona as a wave, definitely check out WWII because that's going to give you all your basic information. And it's a really, really great jumping off point if you then want to portray somebody with a specific rank, with a specific skill set. This is going to be a really great place for you to start. So as you can see, I've got a whole variety of different items. Actually, this booklet, this here is the same type of pamphlet that you could order through the newspaper, through the recruiting station. This one is for the U.S. Navy. I think it's actually post-war, though I'm not 100% certain. But you can see the great covers both of those. Bronx training station, this is where everyone went for their basic training. Little calendar on the back. And again, this is just some general information. I like this because it does have the map of the training school. So that would have been handy for new recruits trying to figure out where everything is. Some basic information, what to expect. Sometimes these will show up. I think I have seen one on Google Docs. I'm going to double check for that. Just some other things here. Service record. This was not something that was required, but it was something that a lot of service members picked up, both men and women, just to record their time in the service. Mine is partially filled out. You can see this woman, she went to the USS Hunter and a few other places. Unfortunately, most of it's blank, but it's still pretty neat. I love the artwork on these pages too. That's really great. Let's see. A couple of other good research books. This one I've just started to read. This is written by a woman who served in the waves, as well as this one here. This one is really funny. The author has a really great sense of humor, talking about her experience as a gunner's mate. There's a lot of memoirs that are available out there. You can find them pretty good deals on Amazon. Again, some of these are available through Google Docs as well. Definitely check out as many firsthand accounts as you can when you're doing your research, because hearing from the veterans firsthand, to me is just one of the best resources that's out there. I mean, there's a number of really great history books, but they tend to be a little bit more dry, and just, you know, kind of boring, I think. Where these firsthand accounts, a lot of them, they do have pictures in here of the women that actually wrote them, and it gives you a really great experience of what these people went through during their service. I think this one has pictures too. Maybe not. Oh, yep, there we go. So there's a couple in there. So there's those. And as you go about doing your research, and you start searching online, you're going to find cool things. This is a song booklet. This is a great display piece. I've also added some photos to this to our research site as well. This is another general handbook. A lot of the training stations put out their own, I want to say memorabilia, that's not right, put out their own paperwork for waves and other, oops, there we go. So this is just like a general guide to the Harrisburg, Mechanicsburg area for new recruits. Let's see. As you can tell, I didn't really have a very good plan for when I started this video. I'm just kind of going through. The Blue Jackets Manual. This was standard issue for all U.S. Navy men. But it was also available to the Waves, and my particular copy, as you can see, was actually used at the Bronx Training School. There's the woman's name there. There are multiple editions of this handbook, but this has everything in it that you would need to know, from basic life-saving information, knot tying, uniforms, rank structure, identifying ships. I mean, literally everything that you would need to know as somebody in the Navy. These you can find pretty regularly, or they come up on eBay. I've seen them at antique stores, places like that. So look around. Blue Jackets Manual. The information does change a little bit from each edition, but honestly, if you can find one that is, late 1930s, and any 1940s edition, the information is going to be pretty much the same with minor changes. So that's a good one to check out. Just a couple other cool items here. These are newspapers that were printed at the training stations. This one is from Oklahoma. This one is also Oklahoma, but it's from a different training station. This is Stillwater, Oklahoma. So yeah, that's what I've got out at the moment. I'll have to do another video at some point where I'm a little bit more organized. I do have some really neat photographs and some other paperwork that I'd like to go through and share with everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and post this video. So if you have any questions, comments, you're looking for places to find certain items like the WWII or any of these other little handbooks, feel free to comment and I will try to post links to places where you can find them and answer any questions as best that I can. All right, thanks everybody.